We can use the caller ID in many ways: to answer the call immediately, refer to the number for a future callback, or to add that phone number to the unwanted call list. The caller ID is a great way to return a missed call. The recipient knows that a specific person has tried to call them. Even if the caller didn't leave a message, the recipient can simply dial back. A practical feature. In many cases, though, it may not be practical, and it doesn't provide the intended effect or benefit. In other scenarios, the caller ID feature may not be desirable if the caller doesn't want to expose his or her true phone number due to privacy and security issues. This invention addresses many of these scenarios and implements mechanisms to address its shortcomings of caller ID. You may see a working implementation of this invention at www.callaboo.com. In a company setting where they have many internal lines, local PBX, and every employee has a unique extension within the company, the PBX system is connected to the outside world via a communication network by a limited number of unique phone numbers. For situation A, callers will typically dial the main phone number of the company and then dial an extension to reach an individual in the company. They will then be transferred several times until they reach the correct person that they need to resolve the issue. For situation B, another scenario is that an employee calls a person to make them aware of a situation that they need to speak with the customer. The customer doesn't answer the call because they didn't recognize the caller ID, and a representative must leave the company phone number and extension. Normally, if the company person wants to call an outside party, caller ID displayed on the outside party phone will be that of the shared from a pool and will not allow immediate callback to the representative who phoned the customer to request the information. The customer is forced to navigate through the IVR's series of questions and prompts to reach the department and then be routed to the person who's familiar with the information request. This will not allow the direct connection with the person who made the call to the customer. A customer calls a customer service department and leaves a message or talks to one of the customer service representatives. That customer service representative calls back the customer, but could not reach the customer at that instant. The customer calls the main number again and asks for the customer service department and ends up reaching a different customer service representative who is unaware of the previous context or conversation. This invention addresses all of the above scenarios and enables this capability. For calls where the customer called in for information and navigated through the IVR or was transferred by another employee to reach the correct person, the system automatically saves the extension of that customer service representative, and all future calls to the company from the customer will be routed to the same customer service representative. This is now a direct connection between customer and a particular customer care representative, and they can always reach each other. In the case where the customer service representative calls the customer for information, the customer simply dials back the displayed caller ID, and there is now a direct connection between customer and a particular CSR, and they can always reach each other directly. RoboTalker is dedicated to your success. We will offer you the highest service with over 40 years of experience to ensure your satisfaction.